Oh, I'm really glad you came early so that we can make your character. Yeah, it's not gonna take long, but you know, if you want to, like, I know you said you have an idea already, but you still want to, like, read through everything. Yeah. Are you excited, though? You should be. It'll be fun. I know it's your first campaign, but it's a pretty lighthearted one, so I just don't worry about anything. It's gonna be great. Plus you know everyone, so yeah. This is my notebook for my other campaign, the long one that I told you about. It's really pretty. It has lots of little dragons and stuff. I really like it. So, first let me show you what the character sheet is gonna look like. I really like the dragon. You're not gonna need a notebook for this campaign because it's pretty short. But if you want to take like a tiny little one and take notes, it's perfectly fine. You should take notes, but you're not gonna need a whole notebook for it. I really like this one because look, on each page there's little dragons. Yeah, it doesn't have lines or anything because I also like to draw maps and stuff. So, because like we don't always print them out, and I like to have like a vision of where everything is. Oh, when I'm loud. Yeah. It has a little envelope in here for stuff, and I keep my character sheet in there, folded up nice. I've been having a hard time with paper today. What I mean by that is that I got a few paper cuts while trying to make like a house out of paper for the project, and it also ripped, not in ways I like. Paper doesn't like me today, so I'm trying to be careful. But yeah. So you can see this one is for my other campaign, and this is where your name's gonna be, and like your class, your level, your species is gonna be over here. Then you have like your bonus initiative points. I don't have any in this campaign, which sucks because last campaign I had +6 and it really helped me out. And it's good though. I have good dice. It works out in my favor most of the time. Your armor class is over here. I mean, it's a little shield, so kind of hard to miss. Basically, your armor class is like when not the DM, but like when the monsters want to attack you, the DM is gonna have to like roll a d20, and if it's under your armor class, it won't hit you, it will miss, and if it's like the same number or over, it will hit, and then they have to roll for damage. And the same goes for when we want to hit stuff. Like, obviously we won't know the monster's armor class, because that's a secret, but we'll roll, and then the DM is going to tell us if it's a hit or if it's a miss, and then you'll have to roll for damage. Well, you roll for damage with, like, it depends, because see, I have weapons over here, and each one has a different dice, like, the chill touch, and this, I'm playing a custom species, of a vampire, and as a class I have a sorcerer, like basic sorcerer, and I have a bunch of spells. So like chill touch is a spell that I have, and I roll a d10 for that, so it can do a lot of damage. Because I also have like bonus points and stuff, and if but like the daggers, for example, you can only roll a d4 for them. So yeah. And then these are like all of your passive stats, you know? And down here is like a plus something, which you add. Because if you want to do something like lie to an NPC, you might, it depends what the DM says, but you might need to do a deception check. And if you have bonus deception points, like I do, I have +5. I roll and then I add 5 to what I rolled. So like if I rolled a 4, for example, I'd then roll a 9. It still wouldn't work, but it's a higher number. So, yeah. There's also like a special box for your character traits, like your class features and species features. There's your little inventory, which you can add stuff to. It's not gonna be a long, super serious campaign, so like you don't need to keep track of the weight in your inventory too much unless you want to. We kind of forget about it most of the time, so. Then there's obviously like the spells inventory thing, just so you can have all of them, list them out. And I drew myself all the spell slots that I have in this campaign, so that I don't forget. And then there's like backstory stuff, which we can see is all like empty except for these, which I've written in pencil. Yeah, you won't. Well, yeah, you're gonna like write most of the stuff on your character sheet in pencil in case there's stuff that you want to erase. Like your character backstory and details about your character can be written in something more permanent, but things like HP or inventory items or spells that you might want to switch up, you should write in pencil so that you can erase and then write over it. Do that a million times. Yeah. So, what am I doing? All right. So you want to get started on yours? Yeah, hell yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go on D&D Beyond. It's like it's a site for like D&D, and you can make character sheets on it. There we go. Okay, so you had an idea of what you want to play? Yeah, that's good. We'll still like go over some of these, in case you might find something else interesting. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of character building sites actually, and a lot that have more species and stuff, like custom species or custom classes or multi-classes. But since it's your first time, I wouldn't really recommend going for something custom, just because the basic ones have more info that's easier to search up. But if you want to do something custom, that's not a problem. We can do it. If I don't find a preset, you can just write one up. I mean, it's technically okay, like, if it's like, we'll send the character sheets to the DM anyway, because that they can print them out, and they'll tell us if it's like fine, or if it's like, don't play this, I would hate you, change it, I'm kidding, obviously. But yeah, so for classes you have, I mean, I guess you probably know most of them, but you have a barbarian, which barbarians are mighty warriors who are powered by primal forces of the multiverse that manifest as rage. You're basically angry dude, and you fight better when you fight naked, so that's fun. Then you have a bard, which is a lot of people's favorites. It's fun. It's really fun. And then bards are experts at inspiring others, soothing hurts, disheartening foes, and creating illusions, is what it says. No, you don't have to have like an instrument for the bards necessarily. You can kind of play with whatever. Like, your bard can inspire others by painting or by tattooing them or doing gymnastics. Anything artistic, basically. Kind of anything that you can think of that's artistic kind of falls into, I mean, not in the traditional bard category, but you know, it's D&D. You can kind of do whatever you want. Mostly, that's what's fun about it. So, okay, yeah. Then there's clerics, which, in case you want to be religious. Then there's druids, which you can like turn into animals and stuff, which is really fun. Fighters, boring. Do I need to? No, you know what fighters do. They fight. Monks, which are like religious people, but cool, cause you're just like religious, but with fists. That's fun. And they can be really interesting. Like, backstory wise, like, why did you go to leave the monastery? You know, how come? Then there's paladins, which are also, again, religious, but physical. Clerics are like religious, but magic. Yeah, see, you know what a paladin does. Then there's rangers, which are not just forest people. They can, or elves, they can be whatever you want them to be. Mostly with bows, but you can choose other stuff. Then there's rogues, which are very popular first class to pick because they're fun. And if anybody bitches about you wanted to pick a rogue, then they're wrong. But they're really fun, especially because they're always alert, and then they have like the sneak attack stuff, which if there's another rogue on the team, it's just so fun. It's just, and also you can just be chaotic, like as chaotic as you want, and just steal everything you see in sight, and ask your DM like what about loot all the time. Same thing with the bard. Like, you can just be like, so I mean, it's kind of a meme that's overdone at this point, but like, you know, the bard that are like seduce the dragon and stuff, or like the monster that's currently giving problems. Yeah, then there's the sorcerer, which is kind of like a wizard, but nepotism, because you get your magic powers from your parents and stuff. Then there's warlocks, which are like wizards, but you get your powers by making a deal with a deity. Then there's wizards, which are like, you're a nerd. I'm kidding. But like, you get your magical powers from learning magic and studying a lot, which is really cool because you get like a lot of spells. A lot of spells. Yeah. So do you know what you want to play? Yeah? Okay. Yeah, I figured. But, you know, I had to ask. Okay, now, do you want to go into the species or background first? Species, yeah. Okay. So there's like, the main ones are like human, boring, halfling, fun, tiny, but also whatever you want, fun. What do halflings do? Well, halflings are like brave and lucky. Oh, right. The halflings have like the luck thing. You've heard of the luck thing. Yes, you watched a video on species. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they're like mostly humanoid, but you have advantage and you're brave. So, then there's like dwarves, gnomes, Goliaths, elves, obviously. You can be an elf. But if you choose a high elf, the party might ask you to roll for racism as a joke. And I really hope they don't. It's an overdone joke at this point. Then there's like tieflings and orcs and half orcs and half elves and half anything you want. Have anything you want. Tieflings are like devils. They're like little demons. Well, they're not little. Most people make them pretty tall. But you can choose like what kind of devil you want to be. And they're fun. I've played tieflings before. They're really fun. They're really sexy. Yeah. And then there's like the dragonborn, which is like somebody in your lineage at one point loved the dragon very, very much. And now you have dragon powers. Yeah. It's cool. It is cool. Me personally love tieflings and dragonborns. I think they're super interesting. But you can make any species interesting. It's not like, if you want to play a human, that can also be interesting, because like, I know you might be like, but it's a fantasy game and humans are boring because we're humans. But like, technically, if you think about it, there's way less humans in D&D than monsters, other species. So it's pretty rare. Yeah, you don't want to play a human. I know. I'm just playing devil's advocate, you know? Yeah. Okay, okie dokie. Great, then we can go to background. Sure. So first you have like character details. And for character details, you can choose an alignment. Like for example, you have the alignments. My vampire is chaotic good. You thought it was gonna be evil, didn't you? Yeah. No, she's chaotic good, and she was an archaeologist. So, but again, this is for a different campaign. I don't really know what I'm gonna do for this one. I might use an old character of mine, that I really like. Yeah. So like, chaotic evil, chaotic good, chaotic neutral, lawful evil, lawful good, lawful neutral, neutral evil, neutral good. You know the alignments. Yeah. I think that fits. I do think that fits you specifically. Okay. Do you want like a specific faith or anything? No. I mean, if you do, the option is there. What kind of lifestyle do you want to lead? Like wretched, squalid, poor? My god, these words. Squalid. Yeah, modest, comfortable, wealthy, aristocratic. My vampire is wealthy. Not quite aristocratic, but like, she's wealthy. Because I had a whole thing about her. I mean, it's a vampire. You know, not all vampires are like super well rich and stuff, but you know, living for so many years and being a human before she was turned, I made her responsible with her finances. So she's got a lot of stuff. Yeah. have like physical characteristics if you want to list them out. For example, like here. What's your hair color? What do you want your hair color to be? Did you think about the appearance of your character at all? Yeah. It's the first thing you thought of? As you should. Okay. Okay, skin color. Oh, nice. Eyes. Yes, you can do whatever color you want. You can do whatever shape you want. If you don't want to have eyes, we can do that. If you want to have 6 eyes, we can do that. It's D&D. Height? Did you think of anything specific? Just tall. Okay. Do you want to put your weight? It's not. None of this is like obligatory. You can. This is all optional. Yeah, I never think about the specific weight of my characters. I just go like. Well, usually I leave that blank. Because I mostly put it in like size, which is like medium, large, small. Okay, did you think about an age? Again, can be anything, except for humans, unless you want to find some weird magical reason for why your human has lived that long. Okay. Gender? Yeah, doesn't have to be the same as yours. Doesn't even have to be real gender. You can customize anything. Do you want to add traits, or do you want to, or like flaws and ideals, or do you want to leave that blank? You can add personality traits if you want. You want to add flaws mostly? Yeah, I get that. That's what makes them fun. One of my friends is currently playing a high elf ranger who has an addiction. Not specified which, just an addiction. That's fun. It's really great. Do you want to write anything for your backstory? You have a short one? Good. Yeah, I have to write with my nails because otherwise I press stuff that I don't want. So it's okay, they're sturdy. Yeah, but do you want to see my keyboard? It has Chromie on it. It makes really nice sounds. Like the buttons are really fun. Can't wait to get my Steam Deck. I'm getting one for Christmas. Okay, anything else you want to add to your backstory? Great. Okay. Next we have like abilities, which you can roll for, you know. Or we can go standard. Well, we can go rolled. We can roll them online. Or I can take out my dice. Oh hell yeah! Let's take out my dice. Yeah, it's completely okay if you don't have your own. I have 4 sets, so I can give you some of mine. Is there a D20 in here? No. But there is one in here. Pink. Yeah, I'll show you all of them later. But right now, pink dice. Look. Ooh. It's like pink and black. And this one's pretty small, but it's really cute. There's even smaller ones, like itty bitty tiny ones. So, first we're gonna roll for strength. 16. Okay. Then dexterity. 13. Still really good. I told you I have good throws. Then constitution. 11. Okay. Then 13 for intelligence. Oh my god, these are really high stats. We can't do wisdom 20. We can't. It's too much. Okay, that's a 1. Okay, a 10. We can do a wisdom 10. You don't need wisdom. Oh my god, another 1. I just said my throws were good. Don't worry, I'll try not to pull one of these in combat. And a 16 charisma. You know what? We'll keep them, like the stats, how they are, even though they're super high. And if the DM has an issue with it, then we can change that. I personally think they're really fun like that, but it can be a little high. Yeah. And then obviously you have bonuses for stuff from your class or species. But right now, those are like the mains. Okay, then we have stuff, equipment. And you can just get like starting equipment, which is like simple weapons, a few stuff. Yeah. You don't want to get into detail? That's fine. Doesn't really matter. We need a name. We need a name for your character. Do you have a name in mind? Do you want me to open a generator? No. Okay. No, not all of them use AI now. Some of them are like still old school generators. I know a lot of them have started using AI, which I find weird because they usually don't make, they kind of just jumble letters together, but yeah. So let's get, your name can be as long as you want. There's really no limit. Oh, you're still going. No, keep going. That's fun. So do you want a shortcut for that, like a nickname or no? Okay. Yep, that's fine. Okay, yeah, and then we'll just export it to PDF. And we can go on Picru later if you want to make like a thing of your character. We can draw it. But yeah, that's good. Here, let me let you pick a set of dice. So, I have, let me get them out in front of me first. So, obviously, I have the pink ones, which I'm just gonna. Okay. So, obviously, there's the pink ones, which you've already seen. The D20, the D6, the D4. This is a D8. Yeah, this is a D8. Where's my D10? This is a D12. And then this is a D10. And I have one more D10, which is D10, which is not here, and I'm scared. Oh, okay. See. Yeah, this one's a little weird looking. I'm really scared of losing my dice. Because I'm really emotionally attached to them. Yeah. Then there's these Halloweeny ones that I really like. They have like little skulls and stuff. These are. Yeah, that's the D20. You can tell because it's the biggest. And it has the most sides. There's a D10, like the weird ones. And then there's another D10. Yeah, these are the like diamondy ones are D10s. And then there's this is a D. What is this? This is a D8. Yeah. This is a D12. See, this one has other stuff on it. I think they're supposed to be like ghosts or monsters. I'm not entirely sure. This D6 has little brooms. I find that really cute. And then this one is really cool. The D4 has a big ass pumpkin in the middle. It's super cool. Yeah, I really like these. They're like, I can't pick a favorite. This is not my dice book. I can't pick a favorite really. Because they're all my babies. Then I have these really cool kitty ones. They're blue and have like little paws on them. This is the D20. And they're sparkly. See how they sparkle? Do you see how they sparkle? They sparkle. Isn't that cool? Yeah. D12, same thing. This one has little cats under umbrellas. And like that. And this one has a lot of different cats on it, actually. That one's playing. That one's playing. Yeah, you get this. You get the idea. This is the D10, which has like the letters make eyes for little cat faces. Same thing with this D10. That's how I tell them apart. And then the D8 has these little drawings of cats. Which, can I turn them? Yeah, super cute. D6 has little skulls. Skulls. Little fish bones. My bad. And then there's the D4. Yep. And these are super cute as well. And then lastly, I have these, which are just that's not a good way to show them to you. These which are just like black and red and gold, and they're super pretty. See? Yeah, you can pick whichever one you like to play with. I mean, one set is gonna go to the to another friend of mine, but like there's enough, and we don't each need a set of dice for it to work because they're gonna be on the table. But it's just nice, you know. I'm really glad I could help. It's really fun. And now, if you want, we can just like play video games until everybody else gets here. I'll just send the DM your character sheet so that she can. I'll just send her DM your character sheet so that she can print it out. Yep. Perfect. Great. This is gonna be so fun. I promise you're gonna have so much fun.